Fear. Most of fear is an illusion we create in our own mind, like a barrier which wallops our attention at the first sign of a threat, or even just the perception of a threat we know could hurt us in the future. To fear may save a life, when that quenching heart pulls you away from a ledge of deathly heights, though fear can destroy a life too, when the mind is absorbed in possibility and illusion. Physical fear. Physical fear is when there is some form of threat against your mortality. It is that activated fight or flight response, the crumbling in your chest which says, yeah, maybe don't do that. It is a natural instinct and takes conscious effort to prevent. When a fight breaks out, or the surf is looking a little too aggressive, if fear strikes, it could be a sign to approach the situation with a little more caution. The main goal with fear is to understand when it's felt, yet know how to tame it. To see a situation for its potential dangers without becoming ingrained in your head. Feel the fear, a pound in your chest, like a little alarm to become aware of what's ahead. Once you've turned to the moment, see only that which is in front of you. Do not overanalyze or place preconceptions. The moment is happening and your rational mind needs to be with it. When clarity is not succumbed by fear, in heart or mind, then an optimal way forward is more likely to be met. This method can be difficult to undertake. If you notice yourself overwhelmed by fear in particular circumstances, then incremental exposure may be the first step. If you are in fear of conflict, learn to fight. If you are scared of the rough waves pounding in the ocean, then practice having complete control in the lighter waves closer to the shore. There are many events more fearsome than others, some as crippling as certain death. Contemplate mortality. Incrementally meditate on your own death. As terrifying a circumstance may be in fear, we have the mental fortitude to accept. Psychological fear. Our minds are designed to protect us from pain, physical and psychological, so it anticipates it, pretending to prepare itself in the stoicism fashion as if it were to happen. It floods itself with possibilities which could result in your utmost destruction. Substances which could tear you from skin to pore, crippling you in mind and in action. This devastation will elude you. The mind, although striving for protection, only causes an irrelevant grief. This is fear. If we perceive a bear in the bush, then every branch snapped and every rustle made will be inflicted by that same perception. If we perceive infidelity, every night out, every text made becomes stripped of its innocence. The imagination you once filled with dinosaurs and butterflies becomes torment of doubt surrounding your spouse. This is fear. If it helps to study for an exam or put more effort in to completing an assignment due tonight, then fuel it. But as soon as it starts to negatively affect your mental state and negative assumptions about future events start to form, realize you are not providing anything beneficial to yourself, others, or the events you may be fearing in your mind. Most of the time, it is best to trust. Trust those around you and have faith in the process of life. With trust and acceptance of all that is, you can be happy with what you have while you have it. The event you've been fearing, don't intend to control it, live it instead, accepting it for what it is. Trust not on the protection of the perceptions in your head, and instead trust that if anything bad were to come to fluorescence, you would be strong enough to deal with such an event at the time of its occurrence. There is no need to mentally prepare for something which may never take place. Trust completely, be grateful, and have a little faith that whatever were to happen within your life is yours to overcome at the time it takes place. Fear.